Hi everyone, this is Andy. So today we are going to learn about how Troy pill is going to improve 4 different kind of skin disorder. We have lot of skin disorder from acne, wrinkled skin, sensitive skin, and pigmented skin. And I think everywhere around the world, all of these customers have common problems. So let's see how Troy pill could improve their skincare. So, first of all, we are going to talk about how Troy pill is going to improve the acne skin. Acne skin, we have to understand that anaerobic acne, which means it hates air. When the air or the oxygen goes into the when the oxygen goes into the acne, it kills off the germs immediately. That's why when we squeeze the pimples and when the acne is opened in the air, it has immediately reduced redness and the growing of the acne. So let's see why it happens. Acne happens with 5 reasons. Number one, number one, too much of the dead skin. Number two, too much secretion of the sebums. Number three, there is hormone related issues. Number four, there is P. acne, bacteria issues. Number five, heat and stress. And we do have to understand why the customers, they do have these specific issues with acne. For example, lot of dead skin and for the pore, for the lot of oil secretion or the sebum secretion, this is a basic fundamental factor you need for the acne. For the customer who has hormone issues, it either has number one, they are teenagers, they often have their acne around their forehead, or hormone issues related to female organ related hormone issues such as vaginal or the womb areas, which is too cold or too weak so that it could actually affect, or customers who are taking the contraceptions which could relate to the acne they have around their mouth areas. So acne skin, first of all, they have irregular turnover cycle. That means when there is accumulation of the dead skin on the surface of the skin, it has a great environment for the acne to grow from inside. So when the cell turnover is very slow or there is too much of the dead skin, it creates a great environment for the acne skin to grow. And when the pore is blocked like that, the sebum and the bacteria will activate inside, and it is going to make our skin inflamed, and also it is going to create the yellow pustules here like that. So what we want to do is that first we want to open up, but if we open up with the needles or if we open up with aggressive ways such as squeezing with your fingers or your nails, could create the scars around these areas. How could we improve the acne? Because Troy pill, it has very narrow shape. Sorry, this is a very big Troy pill. But inside of the Troy pill, there are many holes like that. And when we do the Troy pill treatment, the needle will go inside. It is going to carry the oxygen here and minerals here so that it is going to kill off the germs immediately. That's why for the acne skin, we can actually see very strong result in acne related areas because the Troy pill itself it has porous powder, these small holes will carry the oxygens and mineral to kill off the bacteria immediately. That's number one. And what we are going to do is that we are going to regenerate the skin from inside out, so that new cell has been regenerated and it is going to replace the surface area, so that we could minimize the pigmentation which has been caused by the pimple, or we are going to reduce the scars. However, we do have to understand about the acne. Not all of the acne could work with a Troy pill, because some customer, they have very severe and disease level of the acne, or they are taking medication, so we do have to watch out for that. For the acne skin, it has great effect because when the powder gets penetrated, it is going to kill off the germs inside, and because of the cell regeneration, the dead skin on the surface of the skin will be removed with a fresh and new healthy skin, so that your skin looks more finer and more calmer, or has a less tendency to have the acne. Acne seeds are often formed from 60 to 90 days in prior to the effect on the surface. So just bear in mind that the acne has a lot of seed inside, and we do have to do few treatment to improve. But after 1 or 2 treatment, the customer will be very satisfied with the results. Second, we are going to talk about the sensitive skin. Sensitive skin looks like this, and often 60 to 70% of the customers in the cities, they do experience sensitive skin. But funnily enough, skin professionals, we know they have sensitive skin. However, customers, they are not aware of their sensitive skin, so we do have to consult them. So why sensitive skin is very difficult? Because when skin is very sensitive, that means epidermis area is very thin, or it has very little moisture barrier, natural barrier to protect the surface. That means when there is evaporation, we call the transportation epidermis water loss. So TWL, transportational epidermis water loss, that means when the moistures are being flowed on the surface of the skin in epidermis, it is often evaporated because the epidermis is very thin. So what it happens is that first, sensitive skin always feels dry, and what happens is that because skin is dry, it has a less immune system which could be acting in our skin, and it overreacts to the external skin condition. For example, in the very cold weather or in the very hot weather, when they apply something, the skin reaction is very high. And also it has a very big veins, microveins. Normally the vein size has been increased or decreased depending on the flow of the blood. But the blood flow is very fast, so that it creates heat, and always the skin is red. So sensitive skin has actually more serious issue than the acne skin, because it is related to vein or microvein related issues. So how we are going to increase the sensitive skin is to strengthen the vein areas by increasing the blood circulation. That's number one. Number two, we are going to strengthen the epidermis area by producing we are going to produce more cells from the cell factory or the basal layer. This is very important for the sensitive skin, because if we strengthen the epidermis in the vein area, naturally the skin thickness is going to be thicker and more stronger and less reactive to the skin. But if we let the sensitive skin there, what happens is that the sensitive skin will become the rosacea or chronic redness in our skin, so that it could become more worse if we don't take care of the sensitive skin. Sensitive skin could react to two things. It's a basic skin problems. When sensitive skin starts, this could lead to wrinkled skin because you are losing a lot of water. And also sensitive skin could lead that to pigmentation, because sensitive skin always reacts to the external factors. What happens is that the melanocytes here, the melanocyte is going to activate because always the surface of the cell is being attacked by external factors, and it is going to color more pigmentations so that it is trying to block or protect the skin from external factors. So sensitive skin is actually more severe and serious than acne skin or the wrinkles. Sensitive skin is the skin that we do always have to remember that we have to take care of it first. So that was about the sensitive skin. Third is hyperpigmentation skin. Koreans love hyperpigmentation skin because many customers, they do have these problems. Unfortunately, Asians phototype is 3 to 4. If you see my skin is little bit darker than normal Koreans, so I can say my phototype is 4. And people who has lighter, that means you're 3, who is much darker than me, that means they're 5. And 6, normally the black skin. And especially hyperpigmentation, the need for the brightening and need for the whitening is very essential for the skin in Asia. They want to have brightened skin or the whitening skin. But the problem is, let's look at the melanocytes. This is a melanocytes, and do you know what? Everyone hates melanocytes. I think if I was a melanocyte, I was very sad because everyone wants to get rid of me because of the pigmentation that we see here and there. The problem is, not the problem, but the fact is, melanocyte is actually natural shield for our skin from external factors. When the UV rays actually penetrates into our skin, melanocytes are the first cells to be the shield for the UV that is going to damage our skin. But it is actually a healthy move for the skin, but the customers hate it because this kind of pigment looks not so pretty on the surface. So we have to do two things for the pigmentation. Number one, we have to improve the damaged skin barrier which has been causing the melanocyte to function, we have to make the regular turnover cycle and also decelerate the melanin production. So first, let's go back to this picture. It's easy for me to show you. So we are seeing some of the melanocytes here. First, we have to see how deep the melanocyte is. So we have to actually check by pulling the pigments. If these pigments become lighter, that means it is epidermal pigmentation. If it does not become lighter, it is dermal pigmentation. And we do have to understand whether this is genetic or this is non-genetic. Genetic means if you have freckles or the birthmarks, unfortunately it is very hard to remove. But it is not genetic pigmentation, that means we could have a good chance to remove this pigmentation. Pigmentation could come with several factors. Number one is UV. That's why sun cream or sunblock is very important for the UV protection. Number two, the hormonal issues. Often contraception or the pregnancy could cause the pigmentation around the cheek areas. Number three, the PIH, the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. This pigmentation has been caused by the scars or the acne scars, or the inflammation has been caused in the surface of the skin. Something easy, I would say PIH is very easy to remove because often it is epidermal pigmentation. Hormone issues, two things we have to improve from inside, outside, and also the body condition. This is a little bit difficult. Also UV related pigmentation we can improve, but we have to see. Also last, if there is inflammation around these areas, also melanocyte also function as protector from reducing the melanocytes. Okay. So first, what we have to do. First, epidermal pigmentation, we want to remove this part. Not by grinding, but able us to produce more cells from inside out and then pushing out the pigmentation on the surface. If you use very aggressive peelings or if you use very strong way to remove this pigmentation, it could cause another reaction from inside. So what we want to do, we want to use Troy peel to regenerate a new cell from the cell factory and then push out naturally. So this could fall out like that. Even deeper we can do by producing more cells pushing out. But however, often the pigmentation that we see 5 times more. We have 5 times more pigmentation inside of our skin. That means we see small pigmentation here. We have about 5 times of the pigmentation here. So we do have to understand there are going to be a lot of pigmentation inside. So this is epidermal pigmentation we can remove quite easy. But for the dermal pigmentation, we have to do two things. First, reduce the epidermal pigmentation first. And then we have to calm the melanocyte. Melanocyte, don't be angry, it's okay. You don't have to react. Everything is under control by Troy pill, so you don't have to react. So we have to make the condition and we have to make the environment for the melanocyte to be calmer or to be more happier, that they don't have to function, they don't have to react to the environment around them. So we have to provide a good and healthy condition for the melanocyte to function. This is very important. Often the peelings or the laser or the abrasive treatment that we do, we try to remove the surface. We try to send we try to we try to burn some of the cells so that it increase the cellular activity. But actually, this is not such a smart way from my point of view, because melanocyte is going to react to this kind of inflammation has been created by the peelings or the laser. So just bear in mind. So for the hyperpigmentation, as we can see, we are going to penetrate the needles inside. We are going to generate more cells from basal layer, send out the pigments, and then make the skin more firmer and also more clearer and purifier. And we can see less of the melanocytes. So we have to make sure that melanocytes are calm, and we can try to remove the pigments here. To improve the pigmentation, it is very important to use the right skincare products at home, because often the customers, they get the treatments but they go home without using our products. It is very important to use, number one, UV protection, good moisturizer, also brightening and whitening products for at home, because they come to the spa every 1 time per week or 2 times per week or 1 time per month. We cannot see improvement, we cannot be there for them. So it is very important as a step to improve the skin by providing the right skincare. And lastly, we'll be talking about the aged and the wrinkled skin. Age and wrinkle comes naturally as we get old. And as we get old, we will see more wrinkles because our cells does not contain as much as water, or our cells does not function as it used to. So best way is to do two things. Number one, increase the cellular activity in the basal layer areas by increasing the blood circulation around this area to support, to push out the new skin so that they will have more firmness. Of course, if you have Botox or fillers, it could have immediate effect. But remember, Botox is trying to paralyze the muscles. It makes our skin, or it makes our expression very rigid and not natural, and filler will disappear in time. But for the Troypil, what it is going to do is, first, we're going to build up the skin as a cell architecture, and number two, we are going to improve the skin elasticity by Troypil resurfacing treatment, by improving the surface of the skin or the dermis of the skin, so that fundamental level and the upper level is firm enough. So we'll see more veins and more blood circulation and more activation in the fibroblast, which has related to collagen and the firmness, and we'll see less wrinkles. And I cannot say Troypil could make the customer 10 years younger, but I could say, and proudly could say, we could make 5 years younger and healthier and natural way of looking. That's why Troypil is also considered as skin plastic surgery treatment without doing any injection, without cutting out any skins or pulling or threading, but doing by natural way to do this resurfacing treatment. It is going to improve the firmness, increase the numbers of wrinkles, and also make your skin healthier so that we could age good and beautifully. So today we have learned about 4 skin disorder and how Troypil is going to improve their skincare. Skin disorder. So if there's any questions, please let us know, and hope you enjoy this lesson. Thank you very much, and see you in our next video. Bye!